We want to say congratulations, Professor Aribisala, for your appointment as the VC of the Federal University of Technology and Environmental Science in Ekiti, and for the successful takeoff of your university.
I want to thank you, sir. Nice having you around on our takeoff site. These are takeoff sites. We have the permanent sites. All our plan is to do this first academic session here. And by the next academic session, 2026-2027, by the special grace of God, you will meet us on our permanent site.
So soon?
By the special grace of God. But
why would you not have waited to study directly from the permanent site and with the 2026-2027 academic session?
Then we will have lost this academic session. And what are the implications? Number one, it means the students we have now, they will not be here. They will still be on the streets, probably studying for another jam. So that the university is starting. Since we have the facilities here, then at least we can engage some of these students, and we are engaging them. If you see their numbers in their large numbers, I think we have close to 1,500 students that have resumed here now. What would have happened to them if we say we want to wait for the permanent site? And by the way universities start is to get a place where you can start, at least with minimal facilities, before you move to your permanent site. And then it's gradual. And that's exactly what we have done. The staff also, if we have to wait for the next academic session, which is in October, then there will not be any point recruiting staff. I keep telling people, when some of our friends and colleagues criticize that they are establishing new universities and all of those things, beyond the contribution, because this is a very specialized university, I think the first of its kind in Nigeria. Yeah, technology and environmental sciences, that's our mandate. Now, apart from the contribution, this university in terms of research, in terms of producing graduates in those areas, in terms of, global relevance that we are going to get, apart from the normal mandates of a university. Because normally a university is involved in teaching, it's involved in research, and also in community services. Those are the major areas of function if you call yourself a university. But there's an aspect that people are not looking at. If you don't have staff and students, then it's not yet a university. So all you just have are buildings. It means the staff we have now, we can't have them. They will still probably be jobless somewhere. So when government is creating university, apart from the education, which is the major focus, also we should be looking at this aspect of recruitment, of employment, of engagement of students, which I think people often neglect. So that we have started this early, I think is so exciting. This university was established just about 10 months ago, and within the last 10 months, God has been so helpful to us, and we have started academic programs. I think it's a very fantastic thing that is happening here.
Considering that you actually took off late in terms of the academic session, and especially also in terms of the setup of the university, how did you manage to get the number of students so soon?
Yeah, you said came late in starting. We didn't come late, maybe rather.
You started January?
We started early.
Okay.
We started early. If you check in the different universities established, I don't want to mention anyone now, but it's something that you can find out. How many started within the first 1 year? This is probably one of the earliest. Okay. Yes. 2 universities were signed by the president, assented to by the president the same day.
Now, I'm actually talking about the academic session. That's what
okay, in terms of starting in January,
yes,
rather than October.
Yes.
The only thing that is going to happen is the long vacation that students should have after this session will be shortened. Normally, if we have started in October, maybe by the end of June, we will have rounded up, and students can go home July, August, and then have at least minimum of 2 full months before they come back. The implication now is that we are starting January, and it means we are going to conclude the session by August, early August. So the student will just have like 1 month holiday before they resume at the 200 level.
Will this not be stressful for the students?
I don't think it's going to be stressful. Maybe if we are talking of people being stressful, maybe we should be talking of the lecturers that we have to mark. But again, when we say we want to resume for the next academic session, what I'm used to and we're going to do here is that we're going to stagger it. What exactly am I talking about? You know, by next academic session, we are going to have new students. So you can ask the new students to come in early October and ask the returning students to come in 2 weeks after that. So they will still have over a month vacation, especially for those of them that want to work or are supporting themselves.
Okay, now how do you deal with infrastructure at this time? Not only for your staff and the teaching needs, but also for the students who have just come in.
Yes, to be frank, we are just improving on that. For example, this university was conceived as a residential university, so that's the only way we can inculcate the right kind of culture. When people live in the community, they come, you take academic activities, and then you go back somewhere. No person can monitor you, and again, you can do so many things. Look at the use of drug. How do you address it, and so many things. So we actually conceive it as a residential university, so that because when you attend university, it's not only the academics. There is another component which they call the character. Yes. The only way you can again help students in forming that right kind of character is when they are in residence within the university. So what happened to us in that area is that the facilities are nearly ready. They are not ready as we resume. So my students, I really sympathize with what they are going through, because some of them are renting. But by February, if you come back here, the buildings are here, they are being painted now, and then we bring the beddings, then we'll be able to bring them in. So some of those facilities actually are ongoing, but the lecture rooms are ready, the labs are ready, the lecturers are ready, the non-teaching staff are ready, and those other ones that are still ongoing, I'm sure in a matter of weeks now, they will be ready also. Not everything that we can say are ready as we are.
Okay, so at the moment there is no official residential hostels for
occupied. We cannot say we do not have, because it's ongoing.
Okay.
Yes, so because it's a matter of completion.
Okay.
And the work is up to 90% completed now.
So at the moment, what is the structure of the university like?
Well, the normal structure of a university, if I understand your question, is that you have the chairman of council at the apex. Yes. So you have the council, you have the management, they are in place. We have put others into place also, like you have the deans, you have the directors, and you have the head of departments, and then staff. That's the kind of structure that we have there, which is in line with other universities globally.
How many faculties has the university started?
4, with 37 departments. We have Faculty of Natural and Applied Sciences, where we have up to 12 departments. we call it natural and applied, because you have like environmental chemistry and toxicology, you have like microbiology, you have like forensic science, animal science, and a lot of those things, apart from the traditional natural science courses. So we have that faculty. We have faculty of engineering also and technology, where we have like mechatronics, where we have like biomedical engineering, of the traditional engineering disciplines that we are all very familiar with. We have faculty of environmental sciences, where you have your architecture, you have your surveying, you have environmental management and sciences, yes, and then quantity surveying, and then some other ones, even like we have the data science there, and then we have some other disciplines that are there with us. Then finally we have the faculty of computing, which is where globally the world is now, and it's highly subscribed here, highly, by the students. We are talking of computer science, software engineering, cyber security, and the likes. So we have those departments in addition to other ones. So we have 4 faculties and then 37 departments.
Now you said this university is the first of its kind in Nigeria.
In terms of technology and then sciences, because what is common is to see faculty of agriculture. You know, it's a kind of specialized university. In fact, by next session we will join robotics. We actually applied for robotics, as at that time NUC was still looking at the formalities, and those are the way the world is going. That is, I mean, things very developed countries are relying on, and that's why the technology aspect is very important. So there are some universities around that are specialized. There you see Federal University of Technology, another one they will say Federal University of Agriculture, and then like that. But this one is combining technology and environmental sciences. I just spoke about technology, but what of environmental sciences? You will agree with me, the problem of climate change. If you look at it, the kind of harmattan we are having by this end of January should have been, if it were to be those days, even into recent times, it would have been by the end of December. So human beings have so much affected the environment. In fact, Nigeria also is contributing a lot into production of carbon dioxide, which is affecting the environment. And this has brought myriads of problems. Myriads. All these flooding problems affecting agriculture and yield and food. If we are talking about food security, then we should be talking about the environment. We are talking about rain. We are talking about a lot of the planting seasons. So this university also is focusing in such a manner that the environment is a key mandate for us. So we are combining 2 things. I don't know how many universities are like that yet in Nigeria. Looking at technology, how this country will be able to compete globally and defend itself. These are days of drones all over the world. We should not just be relying on foreign experts. Nigeria should be a player there. Not just bringing it to Nigeria, but should be able to produce some of these things. And then the environmental aspect.
With the presence of the Federal University, or yet some were wondering if Ekiti needed another federal university.
Federal university is not about Ekiti. From the name, it's federal. And if you go around now, you will see students from different parts of this country. You will see the staff. It's just the location. In fact, some of the staff we recruited are even from abroad. They may be Nigerians. Some came from South Africa, and they are here. So you are looking at the location, but we should be looking at more than the location. A university is not localized. That's why they say a university is universal. So we should be able to attract the best of the best, and that we have done. So that we are located there does not in any form invalidate what they are doing at FOI.
With the 1,000 population of students we presently have, would you be able to describe where your catchment area is?
Well,
what part of the...
Yes, that should be obvious. We have more than 1,000 students, but either we like it or not, the catchment will always be the locality. Maybe that's what you are referring to, where the university is located.
So you have more people from Ekiti State?
We have more people from Ekiti State. Is that if you didn't hear, why did you answer no? Does that one not make sense? It means you are hearing me. You are a first class student. Now this is Physics 101.
We recently watched you teaching in the class session. Is this due to inadequacy of lecturers at the moment?
No, but you know this is a very new university, and the Vice-Chancellor should model what you want in the university. So those people who look at, who watch the lecture, you will see it was PowerPoint delivery, and that is the kind of university we are talking about, because it's a technology-based university. So when you do it as the Vice-Chancellor, the first lecture, then people can know. You know, we have professors here that were not professors made here, professors from other universities we brought. They have their own ways of doing things, but the way we do things here are not exactly like a lot of other universities are doing it, because this is a new generation university. So we have the opportunity of looking at things in a different perspective. And what we did that day was that I taught them using PowerPoint presentation, and then promising them that immediately they will get the notes. And that is what we want to, that's the kind of quality we want to do. And I was in the class before 8 a.m. that class should begin. So that was exactly what I was trying to achieve. Not because we do, but so that other lecturers can see this is it. This is the sample that we want to lay for this university.
One of the best minds that ever lived was a physicist, a philosopher, Albert Einstein, who discovered the theory of relativity. And that theory of relativity has advanced the cause of humans and brought about advancement in nuclear physics.
What's the situation at the moment in terms of adequacy of lecturers in comparison with the number of students?
I must tell you, we have very adequate number. If you are looking at it, we have recruited the staff that we are going to need more than now. They are very adequate. I don't want to put figures into it, but when you are looking at the ratio of staff to students, then we are talking about ratio 1, depending on the discipline. Some ratio 1 to 5, some ratio 1 to 6, some ratio 1 to 7, and I think that should be the largest.
Now you are expecting the university to take off fully in terms of permanent sites from next academic session.
That's our prayer to God and to government.
Now, how do you see the place of the university later on when it's fully?
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Look at where we are now. By next academic session, will this place be able to contain us? Some will have moved to 200 level. We will take in new. So there will be pressure on these facilities. What we have now is adequate now. But we have to work very hard to go there. And that is where you are going to have the world class kind of workshops that you should have. The kind of ICT building that you should have. The kind of admin block, administrative building that you should have. The kind of all of those things that are iconic. These ones are just take off, even though they may look good. But we are looking at the university of the future. I can tell you my prayer, what I'm working towards with my team, staff here, is that in the next 10 years, even after my tenure, this university will be visible globally and will be competitive in the next 10 years. Within the next 10 years, we want our ranking, our showing in terms of higher education to be something that is encouraging.
Thank you very much, Prof, for your time.
Thank you, sir. Nice being with you.
People of the Fountain.